If by this time next year I have hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel. Yes guys, it's your boy Goodwin. How are we all doing? It's finally time to do this Q&A video, and if by chance you are seeing a little bit of sweat on my face, mind your own business. I've literally got a fan in this room and it's still boiling. But not too long ago, you guys asked me a whole bunch of questions and it's finally time to answer them. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. First question is, are you going to do a career mode series in EAFC? Yes, I am. It's going to be on my second channel, which is now hit over 1,000 subscribers, man, which is genuinely mental. So if you want to see that in EAFC 24, hit that subscribe button because that's where all the career mode series is going to be. And as for my main channel, it won't just be rebuilds and takeovers. There's a couple of more ideas that I'm going to put into action next year. I just need to sort some stuff out behind the scenes so I can actually make it happen. If you had to choose the left foot of Messi or the right foot of Ronaldo, which one would you choose? Well, I'm going to choose the foot that won the World Cup, so Lionel Messi. Arsenal is the best London... Couldn't even finish that sentence. Oh, behave yourself. Win a European competition and then I may entertain the idea of that. What would your biggest advice be to new YouTubers? I tell you what, instead of just giving you my biggest piece of advice, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of advice as well as the biggest. The first piece of advice, always do a bloody audio check, because I'm telling you now, for 10 seconds before you kick in with a video, it's so worth it. Let's paint a scenario for a second. Imagine you're starting a 3-day recording session. The first 2 days are amazing, then the third day sounds a little... Yeah, exactly. That would be unbelievably annoying, wouldn't it? If you're that close to finishing it and the audio just doesn't work because you haven't checked it. My second piece of advice, take out any empty space you've got in a video, because it's just disengaging and it really does lose the interest of the audience just like that. See what I mean? It's best to just get rid of it, boys, because the viewer will get disengaged and they'll click off the video, and that'll harm your chance of the video just getting pushed through the algorithm. The third piece of advice, this is for when you're starting. Make sure you know what you actually want to create, because there's nothing worse than being like 3 months into creating content and realizing you don't actually enjoy what you're doing. The whole point of YouTube is to enjoy the content you create, because if you're not enjoying it yourself, how are you supposed to make it enjoyable for the viewers watching it? That might not sound like the biggest piece of advice, but I promise you it's very important. And lastly, this is my biggest piece of advice: stay consistent but be smart about it. Now what I mean by that is, don't upload 3, 4, 5, even 6 times unless you can actually do it every single week consistently. That's a one-way ticket to getting yourself burned out, and that's not going to help your channel to grow, and it especially isn't going to help you. Now for me, 3 is the sweet spot. I can do this consistently while maintaining the standard I want, and on top of that, I've got more than enough time for myself to just relax and recharge my batteries for when I next have to record a video. And on top of that, being consistent is one of the many things that a lot of YouTubers fail to do, which is why they just don't grow in the first place. Just imagine yourself for a second watching a TV show that you're really into, which drops an episode every single Sunday night at 6 PM, and then all of a sudden it just stops happening. After about 2 or 3 weeks, you're gonna get really uninterested unless it is absolutely incredible content. Consistency is absolutely crucial on YouTube, and I think if you can nail that part, everything else will slowly follow. What league do you like rebuilding in the most? I mean, I think I've got to say in the English leagues, haven't I? Because that's where a majority of my rebuilds actually are. Are you nervous when posting videos for any reason? When I first started, I was absolutely terrified of uploading, but you quickly realize when you start, not many people watch your videos, so after about 10 or 15 videos, you kind of just... it just goes away. As for right now, I mean, sometimes I do get a little bit nervous when I do something new, but I mean, that's all part of the game, isn't it? YouTube's all about experimenting, trying new things, so it comes part and parcel with the job, really. 5 favourite YouTubers. Okay, 5 favourite YouTubers. The first one's got to be KSI. He's like one of the first YouTubers I ever actually watched, so he's got to be up there. Another one would be 5 guys who are basically just a group of lads who play football 7-a-side and 5-a-side. They upload every Sunday, and sometimes in midweek. They're a bunch of really good footballers, and they're all laugh to watch as well. Another YouTuber I watch a lot of is I Am Rob, who basically platinums every single game you can think of, and I don't even know how I started watching him. He's just come up on me suggested one time. I watched him and I've watched him ever since. I think he's bloody brilliant. Another one is Messi. I watch him pretty religiously whenever he uploads. I think his storytelling is legit, absolutely spot on. And the fifth one, oh man, I absolutely hate being put on the spot like this, but I'd say respect the Jeff, because his series with Birmingham United is genuinely one of the best I've ever seen on career mode. There are plenty of other YouTubers I watch out there, but being put on the spot like that, those are the first 5 that come to mind. Who in your opinion is an underrated YouTuber? Without a doubt, boys, Strat. For the content he creates, he should be not only way bigger, he should be getting way more views than he is right now. Do you have an unpopular football opinion? Oh yes, I freaking well do. The Arsenal Invincibles team is the most overrated team in history. When they won the league, they drew 12 freaking games, for God's sake, man. 12 games! Like, when does that happen now? Not only that, I personally think the 04-05 Chelsea team, the City Centurions team, the 2020 Liverpool team, and the 99 United team would absolutely shit on that Invincible side. And I think everybody forgets this little fact. Preston North End went Invincible, but for some reason, Arsenal fans just forget about that, don't they? And on top of that, you can literally draw every single game in a season in the Premier League and get relegated, so you could be invincible and get relegated. I don't see how that's impressive. Like I said, boys, overrated as what are your plans when you hit 100k subscribers on YouTube? I've got an answer for that, but you'll have to wait till the end of the video to find out. Why can't you do the rebuild challenge that I gave you, and what's your plans for the first EAFC 24 rebuild? Well, I'll answer your second question first. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest. I'm going to look at teams that aren't really doing too well on the week that it comes out and then go from there. But right now, I'm really not certain. And as for your first question, I've got an answer for you, because it's literally impossible. Just 1 second, boys. Let me try and find this bloody comment he sent. He said, do me a solid and do a 1-hour rebuild. That in its own right takes a lot of effort, but you know what? Let's continue. Youth/development German 3rd tier. Must sell your 2 best players every season like Brighton. That alone is near on impossible, but it gets even better. Keep more than 50% of every season's transfer budget by the time the season ends. Now that part would actually be kind of easy because it's youth development. This next bit is the best bit. The rebuild doesn't finish until I've won the Champions League twice and every other cup in the cabinet at least 3 times. Bro, I'm not being funny. How do you even do that? I promise, man, I'm not being a dickhead. I take everybody's comments into consideration. But when you're selling your best 2 players at the start of every season, when you're only bringing youth academy players in, I'm telling you now, in 15 seasons that you're given, you are never going to be able to do that. So to answer your question, bro, it's just impossible. How do you deal with criticism? To be honest, I think I deal with it quite well, but that's when it's criticism and not just being attacked. And I'll give you an example, and I'll put it on the screen right now if I can actually find the comment. But if I remember right, he basically said I shouldn't put the team lifting the Champions League at the start of every video, because that's basically like a trademark of what I do at the start of every video now. And to be honest, it was a fantastic shout, because in that Champions League scene, you can basically see everybody I'm going to buy in the video, so it kind of spoils it. And if you've noticed, I've actually blurred that part of the video now, so you can't see who I've actually bought unless it's like really non-recognizable players, or it's a youth academy video, for example. Now on the flip side of that is people who just give you shit for no other reason for the fact that they're just bored on the internet. Take this guy, for example. He's commenting not once but twice telling me how bad I am and how boring I am, but the thing is, mate, if I'm that boring and I'm bad, why'd you keep clicking on the videos? And this guy said I sound like a right wet wipe. Well, for me personally, dude, I couldn't give a rat's arse. It's just a shame that your mum didn't use a wet wipe on you when you were conceived. But this one did make me laugh. You make such good videos, but damn, your accent annoys me. A compliment and an insult in one, I mean. What can you say to that? If I could actually change my accent, I probably would, but I'm stuck with it, so sorry, dude. What football grounds have you been into in your life? To be honest, not many. I've been to Old Trafford when I was a little, and I've been to the Bet365 Stadium because it's not too far away from me. And I've been to Stamford Bridge when I was a little as well. I know this is probably a stupid question. What team is it you're most looking forward to rebuilding in EAFC 24? Honestly, mate, I haven't got an answer for you. I don't have a clue myself. What has been your most stressful rebuild to make when you really hate EA? Oh my god, without a doubt, the Youth Academy rebuild. I tried to do that without the live editor, and without fail, every single freaking season I got sacked. I swear to God, the best thing to happen to me whilst doing YouTube so far is getting that live editor working, because my job making these videos has become so much easier. Why did you change to career mode content instead of Ultimate Team? That one's quite simple. I didn't enjoy Ultimate Team content, so I switched to career mode thinking, well, I used to enjoy it when I was a kid, maybe it's going to be the same, and I really did enjoy it, and it's just kind of grown from there. But maybe in the future I'll delve into it in the second channel. I might mix career mode and FUT content together. Who knows what's going to happen. I know you support the Mighty Blues. Who do you think the best Chelsea manager and player is? Now I'm going to assume you mean of all time, so I'm going to say Jose Mourinho is probably one of the best managers we've had in recent memory. Obviously Tuchel's up there, but overall you got to say Mourinho is the best. And as for the player, I mean, that dude right there, Frank Lampard, that poster ain't up there for the shits and giggles. He is literally my idol when it comes to football. What types of rebuilds are the most fun to do? The Wheel, Free Agents, Youth Academy, etc. Without a doubt, the Free Agents, because I'm completely out of control who I'm going to sign. It's not predictable. It's a case of being very lucky, because when you get that Free Agents list at the start of every season, that's the pick of the crop. That's who you've got to choose from. And if there's no good players, you're kind of screwed for that season. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the normal rebuild where there's basically no rules, but I think when there's a stipulation involved, it just makes it a little bit more interesting. What was your favourite rebuild on FIFA 23? The Stoke City one will always be my favourite for a couple of reasons. So at the time, I was making one video a week. That's when this room had basically just finished being put together, and I was just trying to get back into the swing of things. And at the time, I was working with an editor called Jacob, and I said to him, I want to increase the workload that we're doing. I want to do 2 a week, and I think to do this, we're going to have to try and get a little bit ahead. So I said, 1 week we'll do a video where we'll introduce gameplay and try to build a bit of a storyline in it, and the other one we'll just do it completely simulated. And the first simulated video we did was the Stoke City video with the free agents list, and it just so happened that out of absolutely nowhere, that video blew the freaking hell up, and it basically changed the trajectory of this channel. Like, it's been on the up ever since, and that video was, as daft as this is about to sound, the video that has legitimately not only changed the channel, but my life. Do you enjoy YouTube, and have you ever had other jobs, and have you ever gave up on a video? Firstly, I absolutely love YouTube and I love everything about it. Secondly, I have had many jobs. I've been a barman. I used to work at Alton Towers. I used to be a welder. I was freaking shit at it. I walked out. I've worked in retail. I've worked in warehouses. I've even worked in schools up and down the country, but by a mile, YouTube is the best job I've ever had. And have I ever gave up on a video? Up to this point, no. I almost did with the Youth Academy rebuild, but I got the live editor working, and legit within a week I'd been able to do it. So to your coffee mate and sugars, to be honest, either with 1 sugar's fine by me. 500,000 injection straight into your bank account if you wear a skirt for the next 30 years of your life. Every occasion, every weather forecast, you take it. 500k to wear a skirt. I mean, I wear them on occasion anyway, so why not? Which footballer made you fall in love with football? That dude right there, Frank Lampard, he is legitimately, I've already said this once in this video, he is my football idol. Would you rather have feet for hands or hands for feet, and why? Hands for feet. Nobody'd be able to see them, and you'd have full use of your feet like you would your hands. How many times do you have to restart to save because something breaks or messes up? Honestly, equipment wise, never really, because I always do audio checks. I always make sure everything's sound. When it comes to FIFA 23, however, on the console, more times than I care to admit. I mean, you guys have seen it when I've been sacked in videos. That's when I've legitimately restarted a good 30 or 40 times before I've resorted to doing it that way. So yeah, you can imagine how much time that would actually take when I'm trying to record a video. Random question, but where did you get your posters? That Drogba one always takes my eye. Displate, mate, this isn't an endorsement or a sponsorship because you've asked me. They are legitimately amazing. I've got 3 up there that you can't see. I've got 2 behind me, which haven't moved a muscle since I've basically put them on the wall. It's basically a metal poster. You put a magnet on the wall, you stick it on, jobs are good. And they're not the cheapest things in the world, but I mean, they're worth it in my opinion. Who's your favourite WWE wrestler right now? Man, just one? I mean, I don't think I can name just one, man. I've got loads I like. I mean, Gunter is an absolute machine. You've got Chad Gable, who is genuinely one of the most underrated wrestlers going right now. You got Ricochet, you got Cody Rhodes. But if I'm gonna pick a favorite right now,
L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Why did you choose FIFA as your first game to upload? Will you plan on playing any other games in the foreseeable future? FIFA has always really been my bread and butter. Fun fact though, when I very first started YouTube in 2020, I deleted all these videos now. I played Call of Duty, I played FIFA, I tried playing the Warriors, I played Bully, I played loads, man, and then I realised, oh man, these videos are all shit, so I just deleted them and just gave up for a bit. Then I restarted in like 2021 with the first video I made, which is the most overpowered players one, and then that's when I really started taking YouTube seriously. And will I be playing any more games on the channel? I don't think I'll be playing any games as in making content on them, like making videos, but I'll definitely stream either on here or on my second channel. I'm definitely streaming Spider-Man 2. I'm not sure whether it'll be on the main or the second channel, but I am definitely streaming that. I mean, you boys have seen, I am ready for Spider-Man 2. And finally, why did you decide on rebuilds and not Ultimate Team or hyper-realistic career modes? I've already explained the Ultimate Team one. I just don't enjoy creating Ultimate Team content, and to be honest, it's the exact same with the hyper-realistic one. I can't see myself enjoying it, and if you don't enjoy it, then how do you expect the viewers to enjoy it? But Flickify does make really good realistic rebuilds, so I think for me as a creator, it's just personal preference. I don't think I'd enjoy making them, so I just don't. But that is the end of the questions, man. I hope you guys know me a little bit better. I hope you've enjoyed the video, but there is one more thing we gotta do. One question was, what will you do when you hit 100k subscribers? Now, I've got a little deal to approach you guys with. So here it is. If by this time next year, I mean, I don't even know when I'm uploading this, but whenever I upload it, if by this time next year I have hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel, I will, I can't even frigging say it for God's sake, I will order a Tottenham Hotspur shirt and wear it for 100 videos to celebrate 100,000 subscribers. Oh, please. Oh, do you know what? I don't even think I can do it. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But it doesn't quite end there. Now, I'm going to give you guys an option with this. So, as you guys can see, I've got like I've got 4 Chelsea shirts. Man, I can't even count. So I've got this one. I can't remember what year this actually was. I've got this one which has Hazard's name on the back of it, for God's sake. I've got this retro shirt as well as this retro shirt. Now this one is probably my favourite out of the bunch, so what I'm about to say, I'm really not going to enjoy. Not only will I wear a Tottenham Hotspur shirt for 100 videos after I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm either going to give these to charity or I'm going to burn them. Now, I'm going to leave that one to you. I know which one I personally prefer. Option A is going to give them to charity. Option B is going to burn them. I'm going to leave a community post to let you guys decide what we do with them. I mean, personally, there is one option I really want you guys to choose, but ultimately, I'm leaving this up to you. But that is the end of the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, leave a like on the video, hit that subscribe button. Let's try and hit as many subscribers as we can before the end of FIFA 23 and the beginning of EAFC 24. It's been your boy Goodwin. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow for the final video of FIFA 23.